Okay. Looking good. Alright. I am good. I'm better than that. Alright. Put this up over here. There's something I do want to look at. Settings. Stream. Appearance. The font. What does that mean? Normal. Like, that's as big as this font can get. Like, alright. Got stuff going on this screen. Yeah. It's all smushed. Smushed and squished. Okay. We're doing it. We're having a good time. Having such a good time. Good time. Having a ball. If you want to have a good time, just give me a call. Can't do that. I'll get copyright struck. Stealing from Freddie Mercury. Alright, let's get Black Mage to 10 and move on in my life. I got some hard corn to do. Otherwise, this is a freaking slog. Whack. Missed. Ow. Mog House meeting time? What? Trial event? What's the Mog House meeting time? What is that? Mog House. Oh. Horizon chat. Okay. What? Okay. That was garbage. This is Final Fantasy XI, Red Land Runner. There's a link in the description. It's private server Final Fantasy XI. Oh my god. Pretty boring when I'm just standing around doing nothing. Say hi, ain't she cute? Hello. There. Took a break from a few nights of playing Switch gaming to just want to chill and play this. The boss fights were hours long. In the MMOs, yeah, they can be pretty long. But you don't have to do that, it's optional. If you have a good group of people with a plan put together, you'll be fine. Or if they just know how the boss fight plays out, what to do and what not to do, you'll be alright. Hey, Dorcius, how are you? Doricius? Doricis? OBS is a liar. The font is tiny. Playing Final Fantasy XI. Hit the like button if you guys can. There's a link in the description if you want to download this game. It's a free-to-play private server MMO. Final Fantasy XI is a long-running MMO. What? That was weird. Stoked when I saw one of the Final Fantasies had an AC side quest in it. It does? I don't remember that one. Yeah, I never played any of the Assassin's Creed games. Like Atlas. Is Atlas an old school grindy MMO from the early 2000s? I vaguely remember hearing about an Assassin's Creed Final Fantasy like mashup of some kind way back in the late 2000s. So yeah, this game is from like 2002. Am I disconnecting? What is happening here? I'm dropping frames. What's happening here? I gotta stop. What is happening here? Why is this... Why am I dropping frames? I'm okay at it. I mean, I enjoy it. It's just a chill MMO for me. Oh god, what is happening? Old Game Boy game. Well, I certainly hope this is better than a Game Boy game. I don't know why I'm dropping frames like that. Maybe something about the combat? Could have been a lag spike. Same graphics as GTA 2. I thought about playing GTA the other day. GTA 5, that's the last one that came out, right? GTA 2 is Vice City? No, I don't think so. I remember my birthday back in like 2002. I wanted GTA for my birthday gift. Go to the mall, about to buy it. And the guy's like, ma'am, do you know what this, so you know this game's rated M? My mom's like, what does that mean? He's like, well, and the guy behind the counter at GameStop was like, well, in this game, you could shoot a cop in the face, take his gun, steal his car, and go pick up a prostitute. My mom's like, oh, why, I never. No, you're not having this. Absolutely not. And I was like, oh. I had never played a GTA game, but the reviews were out. Everybody was raving about it. My older brother was like, Ben, if you're gonna get a game for your birthday, just get this. I know you never played it, but everyone's talking about it. It's probably gonna be good. And I wasn't too bummed out, so I didn't know much about it. I was just getting it because my brother told me to, and it's probably gonna be good because of all the reviews. But going back to Miami. Are any of the cities in GTA like real though? Like I don't think it's actually Miami. I think it's based on Miami. Like I don't think they do real cities. Yeah, I thought about playing GTA, but I'm not, like, politically correct, you know, and whatnot, but the, my issue with GTA is just, like, all this climate currently we're in of all these shootings that are happening, like, school shootings and everything else. Like, it just feels gross to play a game like that right now. Is my audio and camera out of sync? I'm not clapping as I'm special needs or anything. It's how you test your audio and visual. I feel like when I talk and I see it on OBS, there's a delay. How long have I been? That wasn't me trying to hide from the question. I've been doing this since... I've only been live streaming a couple years now, but I've been making Magic the Gathering content since February of 2023? 2022. Excuse me. Maybe it's just the way I move my mouth. First got me Game Boy. They apparently asked the store employee. They suggested Pokemon and Zelda. What an awesome employee. I don't know what that is, Dericus. That's a great choice, Redland. You can't go wrong. I have distinct memories of that Christmas Eve Christmas gift I got of Pokemon Red. And like a year later, Pokemon Yellow. And just sitting there playing it, like, it just... Oh, Dungeons and Dragons. No, I don't play D&D. I know a lot of people that play it. D&D is not for me. I don't have the time. I don't have the time to give Magic. I certainly don't have the time to give D&D. I'm cool with people that play it, though. It's just, the D&D is too much for me. I like Magic because it's very visual. You have the cards in front of you. D&D, like... I don't know if I can play pretend like that and really take it seriously. No offense to anyone who does, of course. Your flaw would be Latinas. You hate Magic? Okay. Well, why do you hate it? You should give D&D a try there, a Redland runner. Tell your dungeon master to throw some random Latina women that pop up. If you roll 2 6s on 2 6-sided dice, you score and take them home. You hate Magic, all the stupid moves. There's so many counters. Yeah, Magic can be frustrating. You build a deck, you like it, you want to sit down and have fun, and it just gets trounced. It's not a good feeling. Yeah, Magic's the grandfather of, you know, the godfather of TCGs. Yeah, I dabbled in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the early 2000s. I played before the first ban list went into effect. That was what a time to be alive. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, the power creep is terrible from what I understand. The cards have like a paragraph of text on them. It's not in a good situation. Let's see. That might be why. I never knew how to play the Pokemon card game until much later, and I got the Game Boy game version. I did learn how to play it back in the late 90s, like 99. I was like, all the kids in school just collected the cards, and when I like get into something, I want to know how to use it and do it. Or I don't, or like, I just feel really weird about it. I want to know what it means. I want to know everything about it. I was one of the few people I knew that actually played it. Yeah, I played Pokemon. I don't remember it back to the late 90s iteration of the game. Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember how to play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not hard. I was my store champion back in the day. I doubt that deck would be any good right now. It's funny seeing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player try and play Magic, and you're like, wait, I can't just do stuff without any kind of resource base, because in Magic, there's lands. You need mana to play your cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! You just sling the card. It's conditional, like you can't put an equip spell on nothing, the equip Magic cards. You can't Monster Reborn with nothing in your graveyard, or can you? I'm not really sure. But... you can't cast Mirror Force if there's nothing attacking you. What's great is now the Yu-Gi-Oh! Clients that let you play on PC is amazing. No, but you know, when people beat me, they were like, wow, I beat Ben. And it's like, I hated that feeling, but one of my friends was like, dude, they're complimented. They feel proud of themselves. They beat you. So, like, take that as a compliment. I'm a humble guy. I was never like that. I don't brag. I don't show off. I mean, I might have had my little clique that I was kind of a little bit cocky, but, like, I was respectful to people. That's why I had my villain arc. When I was a heel, like in wrestling, is the bad guy is the heel. Yeah, that's me. Super villain. Let's see here. Got a text message. My wife might need something. But, you beat your rival. I did. My rival was this. My rival in the store was this, like, short little... He was younger than me. So I guess his size is relative to his age, but... my nickname for him was Joe Dirt. Because... he had, like, this big, like, poofy... His hair kind of looked like... if Joey's hair was real from Yu-Gi-Oh! It would look like this kid's. Like, big and poofy, like a big poofy overgrown bowl cut. But he kept like a long like rat tail growing out of the back. And his name was Travis, I remember. He was actually like really smart for his age, like pretty advanced. He's a really nice kid. But like he was my rival. And when I beat him, the first time I beat him, the store owner, Bob, gave me an extra card in my prize pool. It's a good job, Ben. You finally beat him. And I was like, yeah. But yeah. Thank you. Good to... Thanks for coming aboard. Please hit the like button, guys. Yeah, he was my rival. No, I wasn't cocky though. I would teach other like the little kids over there how to play. I remember one time I had to fill in as judge, and there was one kid who was new. He wanted to learn how to play, so I taught him how. And he had some pretty decent card pools. Yu-Gi, really any TCG. The barrier to entry is mostly money. I think his dad, I think he had a bunch of like chunk of good cards. Because Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty seamless. You just had to buy all the starter decks, and each of the starter decks had like the core cards you need: Dark Hole, Graceful Charity, Change of Heart, Monster Reborn. I built a pretty decent deck for him. And I told him, I was like, all right, this is a good strategy. You want these cards because they're good. I was like, now, which of these cards here are your favorite that you like? I said, some of these cards are not, I'll be honest, they're not good. But since you like them, you should play cards you like. And he put some cards in his deck that aren't great, but they're cards he liked. And I said, that's important. You got to remember to like the game. And he did. And after the tournament, I think his dad threw me like $10. He's like, thanks for teaching my kid how to play. And I'm like, oh, no problem. Follow another game streamer. Which one? Is it Wings? I think he's a pretty big game streamer. Yeah, I'm not one of those asshole channels that... A lot of streamers only talk to people that pay them in super chats. I'm not like that. I want to talk to everybody. I hate it when I go in live chats and they only talk to their members or people that pay them. It's like so... You're almost like a stripper at that point. Like... Good for them for making money, but... Like, that's a villain arc. I'm only going to pay you if you talk to me. I'm only going to talk to you... I fucked that up. I'm only going to talk to you if you pay me. Yeah. I remember that same tournament where I taught the kid how to play, where I was the judge. There was actually some theft that weekend. There was a group, like 2 or 3 kids in cahoots, stealing cards from other kids' binders. And I felt so bad that it happened under my watch, but I can't be watching everybody, like... So... The next weekend, the owner of the store... His name was Bob. He had a local cop stop. One of the cops stopped by and just come in and talk to everybody. Be like, listen, we know there's been some theft. There's been some theft. There are a couple people who had their cards stolen. He said, we have cameras in here. We know who did it. Just give us back the cards before you leave, and we won't tell your parents. When they said, there's cameras in here, they all started looking around. I was pretty certain there were no cameras. And it turns out the kids gave the cards back. Alright. This is ass. I'm having a major delay here. There's something wrong. This is your neighbor. Can you open your door? I'm cold. Is that even... Alright. What does my house look like? There, Z-Dan Pro. And your 6 subscribers. Why was that guy so huge? Which guy? The worm I just fought? Yeah, I played Pokemon's Sword or Shield on Switch. It was cool and interesting, but very strange. It didn't feel like Pokemon. Leon was a bitch to beat because, like, at that point in the game, just through natural progression, you get to like level late 50s, maybe like high 40s, but all of Leon's shit was like in the 60 plus, and he has a really annoying combination of Pokemon that they're ghost type, but they're like subtype offsets any weakness. Oh, like Gigantic Man. So in Final Fantasy XI, there's different races. That was a Galka. They're like a big, burly, like bestial kind of race. This race, the Taru, they're a more magic inclined base race, but they're the size of a small child. Like this is a fully grown Taru. There's Elvins, which are your standard elves. There's cat people, which are called the Mithra. And then there's Humes, which are humans. That was a Galka. Yes, thank you, G-Wild. Yeah, I love Pokemon games too. All that race NBA players. Yeah, it's I love Pokemon games. The Soul Silver, I would love to replay that on stream. But I'm a purist. I want to play in my original console. I have a 3DS, and I have the original Soul Silver. I don't have a fake copy of it or anything. And the 3DS doesn't let you. There's no way to connect it to your PC. You can get a modded 3DS that you can capture with a capture card, but it's just not worth doing. The Elvins in Final Fantasy XI are fun. I like the male Elvins. They have the most dramatic and badass looking battle animations. And they die in the most dramatic fashion, like a stage actor. Female Elvins, though, they're the worst character model in the game. They're stiff. They show no movement, no personality. Like, they just don't look good as a, like, character model. Outing Nuzlocke, I tried, I failed. What do you know about the one-winged angel? That's Sephiroth, isn't it? That's his thing. I did pretty good on a Soul Silver Nuzlocke. I got to the point where you fight that magician guy for the first time. But his Electrode used Thunder and just beat my ass. Like, wiped me out completely. Soul Silver Nuzlocke is hard. Depending on which Pokemon you start with, too, it's even harder. Yeah, Sephiroth is from Final Fantasy VII. I can't play Smash Brothers on Switch. That game is bad for me. I get really mad. Like, people try way too hard and they play that game. Like, there's a meta of playing the character and play styles and, like... It makes me upset. When I got my Switch back in 2020, I borrowed my friend's copy of Smash for a little while. I got to a point where I just wasn't enjoying it. I loved Smash on the Wii U. Smash on the Wii U is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. But Smash on Switch is deplorable. I don't like using that word, but it's just not fun. You can't. There's no like lobby to interact with anybody. And just the toxicity of the gameplay and just power creep. The DLC characters in the new Smash on the most recent iteration of Smash on Switch, the DLC characters are extremely broken. Yep, FFXI. Hey Nishi, what's happening? Everybody can please hit the like button. If you're on mobile, the like button should be in the top right-hand corner, the 3 dots. Top right or left-hand corner, and the 3 dots. If you're on PC, like button is below. Below. How's the camera working? Play this for 10 years. Yeah, this is actually a private server, Final Fantasy XI. It's the level 75 era of before the level cap was raised and the stupid additional jobs. Did I get a ding on Discord? Dark, Warrior, Darks. That's an awesome job combination. Thank you, Nishi. There's a link in the description to this video if you want to download. Yeah. HorizonXI.com, Horizon11.com. You can download this and play it too. This character is not my main. This is a separate character I started where... If you played World of Warcraft, I think they have a mode called Hardcore where you can't die. Well, you can actually die. You can get KO'd in battle, but like... the goal is not to. The goal is to have 0 deaths and progress as far as you can. Like, play the story and the missions and the quests and level up your character's jobs without dying. Yeah, Dark Thief. Yeah, I played retail on Titan server and I had a thief character to 75 and it was, and then when I came here and started playing non-thief, I was like, my drop rate is garbage on everything. Is the drop rate this bad? And it turns out, like, I always thought Treasure Hunter was just kind of like bullshit. It was still random number generation, RNG. The Treasure Hunter actually helps you get loot. Titan was your server? What was your username on Titan? Maybe we crossed paths back in the day. Game series is underrated and that's overrated. I think the Dead Rising games are underrated. They're not talked about enough. The Dead Rising games are some of my pet games. This guy's name is Fax Machine. Oh, that's funny. Dead Rising games are underrated. I heard Dead Rising 4 sucked, but I do not remember you and Avances. My name was Shiroso-sai. I don't expect anybody to remember me either. It was a huge game. So yeah, Dead Rising. Series, it's... Maybe not, it's not a series. I think Final Fantasy VII is overrated. As far as like an entire series that's overrated. Trying to think. I'll say the Zelda series. Because I know that's like blasphemy, like gamer blasphemy, but to me, like, I could care less about any of the Zelda games. When Breath of the Wild 2 was announced, I could care less. I didn't play Breath of the Wild 1. The last Zelda game I beat in completion was Ocarina of Time. This isn't a... I'm an old school gamer flex. Like, I beat Ocarina of Time, and I had no interest in playing Majora's Mask. Like, I never beat Zelda on NES. I didn't have the SNES growing up. I just feel like all the Zelda games are the same. You get the Master Sword, you get the Hylian Shield, you get the hook shot, you get the bow and arrow, get the bombs. You need each of those items in certain dungeons to beat Ganon, and in the end, rescue the princess. And, it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, accuracy plus gear definitely helps. It took me a while to realize the importance of accuracy. Oh, this is dreadful. Why do I have like a bad lag? Nope. Alright. You're not supposed to do that. Tim needs better security for... They do, yeah. Yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I guess I could say I'm kind of a weird gamer. I have, like, pet games I like, and that's really it. I don't buy other games. I fucking love the Banjo-Kazooie games as well. But it is a tragedy to human history that we never got a Banjo 3E because that piece of shit, nuts and bolts, doesn't count. And yeah, I remember my accuracy being a problem too. I remember I had a scorpion harness. I had all kinds of food items. I never got the optical hat, but I had the scorpion harness on Titan. And just having times where it's like, whiff, whiff, not, you miss, you miss, you miss, you miss. I remember in retail Final Fantasy XI, there was that item, the life belt, that gives you plus accuracy. I remember I went out of my way to get that one. I went to my local GameStop and it was empty, and GameStop always smells like that. That might be the best time though. Last summer I went to GameStop and what did I turn in? Oh, it's actually, I traded in Pokemon Diamond, the DS game. It was just the game with no case. So that's why I bought it at a GameStop years ago, used without the case. And I just wasn't a fan of that one. And it doesn't have great resale value. I picked up Elder Scrolls Oblivion on Xbox 360 and a couple packs of Magic cards, which was fine. I just wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, smartphones have kind of ruined everything. Everyone's got a computer in their pocket at all times. I only got 3 likes, people. If you're lingering and chatting, please hit the like. Bring more people up in here. I gotta hit level 10 on this character. Almost there. How much stuff am I picking up in my inventory? Okay, pretty good. Put away my lube. Yeah, I have an entire stream where I fought the Shadow Lord. I had a party of experienced people that knew the way. But it can be confusing. Especially a lot of places in Final Fantasy XI, there's no map. Like, the map is a really annoying side quest. Like, you come into a place, you should just have the map for it. And what the great thing is about Horizon, they have an add-on called All Maps, where you have all the maps in the game. It's like such a stupid barrier to not have a map to some of these areas. Local coffee shop, Mr. Bean. That's fun. Yeah, that's scary. When you see your sneaking invisible wearing off, it says it's about to wear off in the red text. And you see these level like 80 mobs you're surrounded by, and it's like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh, excuse me. Coffee shop with an NES in it. That's a lot of fun. Take on the big boys when I'm clearly underleveled. I just hide in a bush and hope for the best. I haven't played a single Assassin's Creed game. I remember being hyped for Assassin's Creed, like back in 2007 before the first one came out. The name just sounded so cool in some of the videos I saw. And the reason I didn't play it is, it's really petty, so brace yourself. When I found out the game was basically like, it's not time travel, but like, it's a guy in the present day that hook his mind up to a machine and he unlocks his ancestors' memories on how to be an assassin from ancient Byzantine or whatever. I just found that so lazy. Yeah, that item is actually still heavily camped in this game too, and on this private server. I tried camping that one night and it just, I got the claim twice and didn't get the drop. You're better off just buying it. My go-to farming item was silk thread and Maze of Shakrami. Because as thief, you can get the mob drops the thread, and you can also steal the silk thread off the mobs. So you can get 2 from 1. And that silk thread market was always really high or really low. Like, it was always pretty profitable. Intro of the AC series is part 4 of Black Flag, the whole Pirates of the Caribbean vibe and sea ship battle. Red Land Runner, if you want to take a look back at my channel videos from like a year ago, there's a Magic the Gathering Assassin's Creed crossover, in case you're not aware. Now, are all the Assassin's Creed games like that sort of pseudo time travel, or they actually take place in that era and that's what it is? Yeah. Isn't she cute? I can do a dance. Watch this. Okay. Okay. They're all like that. So that's my problem. Like, when I heard that, I was like, really? That's the plot? That's just lazy. Because I think, like, this Assassin's Creed 2 took place in Renaissance Italy with Leonardo da Vinci, and it's like, you're at a point, the greatest point in Western civilization, human history, and you can't think of a storyline other than, like, guy in the present connects to a machine and goes back in time. Like, That's what you're doing? Yeah, Post Malone, he didn't pull that card. Somebody in Canada did. And he bought it from that guy. And the hilarious thing about that card is that if you're familiar with trading card grading, like if you get the card in the plastic hard case, the graded, like scale of 1 to 10, I think they gave it an 8 or a 9. Like, and it was packed fresh too. So these things come off the production line flawed. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get any Magic Lord of the Rings. I wanted to, but there was no point. My daughter was coming into my life at that point, and I don't have time for paper Magic. I wasn't gonna do that chase. Yeah, it's so pathetic. Isn't that bad? Like a 1 out of 1 of a really exclusive, like probably one of the rarest cards of the planet, and it's not a 10. That means, because with Magic cards, they curl. The foil ones, they really get one out. Hold on one second, see if I can find one. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of curled. It's tries to this kind of file, this thing. Kind of curled. That's what happens to foil cards. Yeah, so retail level 99, I messed around with that a little in 2012 when I quit. Like late 2011, 2012. I got back into 11 for a little while, and it just felt silly. The job I really hated back then was Dancer. I thought Dancer was the stupidest job. It's powerful, but like I feel like it just ruined the game because everybody subbed Dancer. And my issue with Dancer is it's just like I don't mean this in an offensive way. It was just gay. Like imagine like in Final Fantasy 11, there's the Dark Knight in that badass spiky demonic looking black armor with a badass scythe on his back. He gets off his chocobo. You're expecting this guy to cut something in half with his scythe and start shooting flames? No, he starts prancing around and enhances his powers. He gets off his chocobo and starts doing this. Like, starts prancing around. Yeah, I bet it's Blue Mage Dancer. I bet. Yeah, Blue Mage I always thought was overpowered. Were you a Tiny Dancer? I was not. I didn't play I had a Taru character on retail, but I think I deleted it. It was very short-lived. But yeah, Blue Mage Dancer, I can imagine. Blue Mage I always thought was overpowered because it can skill chain by itself. The blue magic spells are ridiculous. It just did so much. It's like, how the hell am I supposed to get a party as a damage dealer when this job is just sucking all the oxygen out of the room? In like that late era of Final Fantasy 11, like like 2010, 11, 12, the only good thing was that it took out the level grind aspect. You didn't have to sit in an experience points party for 5 hours a night or more for several nights in a row just to hit 4 levels. You can get from level like 1 to 60 with that Abyss C DLC storyline. I thought that was amazing. Puppet Master, yeah, I don't know if Puppet Master was cool, but I thought the puppets looked stupid. The Fire Emblem. I have not played Fire Emblem, no. Turn-based games, they're kind of passe now. And it's okay if you like them, but like even Pokemon now is like, I guess this game is, it tries not to be, but it technically is turn-based. Like some of the old turn-based games, I had a thing going on my channel for a while when I was doing live streams playing Xenogears, and I don't have the patience for some of them. The random overworld encounters, like Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, when a random mob jumps out at you, and it happens every 5 seconds. Every second, it feels like. Yeah, DLC is annoying. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Chat it up amongst yourselves. Got a great vibe tonight. All right, I'm here. Is my mic still working? What happened to my mic? Mic check. Okay. What did I miss? Yeah, DLC sucks. I agree. When it first came out, you started playing in like 2002 then. Wow. I've always heard of it, thought it was cool, never owned a console I could play it. I had Nintendo Game Boys and the GameCube. Played it until they said we're doing more expansions. Came out with these 3 mini discs you could buy. Because there was a few in Smash. Yeah, there's just Cloud and Sephiroth in Final Fantasy. Came back out with the new expansive years later with level 99. It was just that it wasn't the same now. You know, like Warcraft when I was working or lifting. Really just like to watch streamers. Yeah, that's me. Total Warhammer is my favorite. Oh. People. I play... Besides that, I play what people call walking sims nowadays. Like walking simulators? Mic is working. Thank you, Nishi. Cool. Did you ask me something earlier there, Red? Yeah. I do want to do... I am going to do more, like no, like games or like a playable movie. It's okay. I remember like an ex-girlfriend brought The Sims on PS2 to my house. I played that. I don't get the appeal. Death Stranding. I heard Death Stranding is a strange game. Ugh. Well, Final Fantasy XI wasn't only on console; it was on PC for a long time. Because there's a debate, like a PC gamer or a console gamer, and Final Fantasy XI was originally on console. I know I didn't play Persona. I know it's got a big following. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy XI on PS2 and then PC because they closed down the PS2 servers. Final Fantasy XI on an Xbox 360 did not work. It would run for an hour, like, and then it would freeze up. Like it was killing my Xbox. Yeah, PC gaming I was never a big fan of. I did the same thing there. Redland, I would play games on the Cartoon Network website. Flash games on Newgrounds and things. I remember that. It's amazing. Now there's websites with entire emulators on the website. So you don't need to download it. It's actually really nice. Especially now with the like the commodification and collectible nature of that website lets you play games on your web browser for free. It's got 1 million PS1 games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Think of any old game you want to play, it's probably there. N64. Remember when I got my daily internet and loaded up Final Fantasy? Yeah. Middle of the game, and then someone called the house. I didn't play much like online games when I had dial-up. I remember really only getting the internet when we got like cable-based I guess, yeah, it wasn't the dial-up connection anymore. It's the next generation. Yeah, imagine that was brutal. Dial-up Final Fantasy 11. Jeez. How many days did it take? I remember some 11 downloads on my DSL internet, they called it. It was like fiber optic cable internet, whatever it was. Early 2000s. It took a couple hours. I remember like having to plan around it. Like I would run the update at night when I went to bed. Or in the morning while I was at school, and I would come back, and usually my mother wouldn't come in my room and turn on my TV. She had her TV in the living room in her room. Like, there'd be no reason for her to go in there. Oh man, that's brutal. Nah, kids these days don't realize how good they have it. No offense to any youngsters, but they have it all right now. Like, when we were kids, I'm assuming we're all within, 10 years of each other. There's like you go to the video game store with your mall once a month maybe, and like that's your selection. Those are the only games you can buy. And you buy it, you're stuck with it. And now you can download games directly. There's just tons of free games, emulators. Like they had emulators back in the day, but they were shit. Let's see. Yeah, the AOL discs. I think there was something in the news recently about AOL. I think they finally... Did they just discontinue the AOL service? Which, I didn't know there were still people still using that. Yeah, AOL Instant Messenger. Who remembers that? Putting up their away message. Like, because everybody really needed to know that you went to the bathroom, you went fishing for the day, you'll be back on later. Like, everyone really needed to know that. Yeah, it's, best of times, worst of times. Going hell? Hell, I woke up hard. Thanks, Bob. Messaging my crush and I was thinking about that the other day. There was a girl, Redland, you remember that that game star I told you about where I played Yu-Gi-Oh? There was one day where I saw a girl at school that was, like, I thought she was questionable, cuteness. It wasn't ugly, but it was like, But, like, she wore an Inuyasha shirt once in a while, and I was like, she's got to like anime. But, like, me, I was one of those, like, kind of snobby anime kids, because I went to the conventions, I liked stuff that no one heard of. And I was like, oh, she likes TV anime, ugh. I was like, oh, there's really not a lot of options. So I saw her at the store where I played Yu-Gi-Oh! One day. She went with some friends. She didn't play, she just went and hung out. And I was just like, hearts in my eyes, like hard, not hard aroused for this girl, but like, I was smitten by this girl. So long story short, I wrote her a note, folded up like a paper football, and I didn't know her name. Her bus was the one next to mine at the end of the day. I saw her walk, and I was just like, hey! And I like handed her the paper football and walked back onto my bus, like trying not to shit a brick. And I gave her my AOL Instant Messenger name, and I was like, well, I certainly hope she has AOL. And she did. And she messaged me, and then like, I was elated. Oh, going hard. I forgot my thumbnail says going hard. Thanks for keeping me honest, Bob. Yeah. And, fucking A, I spoiled that girl. I bought her the anime magazine, New Type, That was like $15 an issue. I bought her that a couple times. I bought her the expensive plushies. Like, and she didn't want me. You know, when you're a kid, you want to go on a date. You want to go steady with a girl. It's, will you go out with me? And she shut me down. She wasn't interested. And I'm just like, why? Like, I didn't ask that, but never forgot it. But the joke's on her now. I heard she's fat and whatnot. Didn't amount to much. So, not that nothing wrong with being weight, but like, not my type. What I have now is 20 million bajillion miles better than that. What that could have been. Bob is also a dirty, rotten, white trash skank. And I have proof. Where is it? There it is. So, in case y'all don't know, Bob is a white trash skank. I have proof. There you go. It's going to go down here. Do I have my... Yeah, like, I was pretty broken up about it when it didn't amount to anything. I'm just like I was lovesick for this girl. $60 clown incline bench press. Nice. Good for you. That's tough. Be careful with those benching though, because remember a couple times like my form was wrong. It was like off kilter, and then like this. I don't think I pulled something, but I might have like hurt myself a little bit. I felt like I had like a chest pain. You were stationed in Oklahoma in that era. So Bob, does that mean you're on a telegram machine? The wire, the do 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 do. Let's see. Oh, I was a wuss in high school. Not like got picked on. Nobody bothered me. But like, I remember in high school for gym class one day, I went to the weight room. I couldn't even bench the bar with no weights on, and I felt terrible. So I went to the gym after school, started with the bar, and mastered that shit. I got to the point where I could have like a 25 on each side. So I felt pretty good about my progression. Everybody say thank you to Bob for his service. He might be a white trash skank, but he's our white trash skank. Okinawa, not Oklahoma. Did I say Oklahoma? Did you say Oklahoma? Oh, that was my fault. I said, why did I think that said Oklahoma? Oklahoma. When I was stationed in Oklahoma. Oh, wow. Okay, Bob, you can use that against me forever. I said Oklahoma. My screen is really tiny. It's over here, and it's there. It's my second monitor is a laptop, a portable laptop second monitor that's like turned vertical. I said Oklahoma. Oklahoma. That's bad. I'm sorry, Bob. But yeah, that's that girl. I even like traded a bunch of there was a Yu-Gi-Oh card she wanted just because she thought it was pretty. It was Gemini Elf, which was like a secret rare. So like I had to trade a bunch of my shit to get this crush a Yu-Gi-Oh card for a game she doesn't even play, and I went out of my way and I was like, went on the store, do you have a Gemini Elf? Do you have Gemini Elf? Do you have Gemini Elf? So like add that to the list of shit I got her. He was nuts. Don't go beyond your limits. Parallel universe Bob was stationed in Oklahoma. Ejection Fairy Lily was a good card. Wrecked myself for some weird workout peer pressure. That happens. Let's... I feel like I should use a dagger. Ceremonial dagger, bronze knife, onion knife. Damage 3. Damage 5. Favorite favorite pizza? Well, for one thing, I go hard. I make my pizza at home from scratch. Like, I make the dough myself. I almost never buy, like, Domino's or anything. Favorite, though, that's tough. That's to be homemade, first off. I'll say buffalo chicken pizza. Yeah, we learn and grow. Yeah, I learned from that. Like, I'm not gonna fall head over heels for a girl like that again. Like, don't chase after them. Don't make, you know. Can I wear that as thief? Yes. Learn my lesson. Weapons ranged. Yeah. Yeah, don't simp after a girl. Don't spend all your money on her. There's I know it might... At the time, like, I lived in a really shitty small town, and, like, it feels like there's nothing around you. And, like, you're never gonna find it. That one is all you're gonna get, and, like... That's not the case. There's a big wide world out there. You have a pizza store for your oven? Pizza stone. Oh, pizza stone. Yeah, I do have a pizza stone. I have 2 pizza stones, actually. I have a round one and a square one. But I started making my pizzas in the air fryer and the toaster oven. It's a lot better. I have a 1-year-old and she likes to run into the kitchen and open the oven randomly. So I can't have that. And it's just a big production. With a 1-year-old, I have no time for that. So I just make a big thing of dough, save some in the fridge, pat it down, make it like the small toaster oven pan or in the air fryer. Yeah, that's about the same advances. I mean, everybody does their own, like, gear set. Depends, like, some people wear the holiday armor, like the pumpkin hat you get as the Halloween event. Some people wear that early on, because it gives, like, base 1 defense. It's fun-looking armor. I want to throw a boomerang, but it's level... It's level 6. This thing is 1K. I don't want to buy that. Short bow, long bow, crossbow. Gotta use pebbles. Pebbles are shit. They do no damage. But my favorite pizza is brick oven sausage onion. That's really good, Bob. That's a good one. That's a solid choice. cursed weapons. There is cursed equipment in this game. You can't do anything with it. You have to get it like purified and it turns into really badass armor. Yeah, living in a small town sucks because it just feels like there's nothing. Yeah, I don't, let's see. I thought great axe. Ooh, a short bow. 5 damage and a wooden arrow. I haven't been to a Ren Fair. I've been to like 30 anime conventions. That's close enough in my opinion. Butter pecan ice cream. That's a good one. I love a good dark chocolate, like a good chocolate ice cream. The Sandy, it's probably the teleport scroll with a white mage teleport. It's probably that. Cream soda is my favorite too, Bob. I'm with you on that. I have no interest in Ren fairs. I know a lot of people get really into them, but like, I have no interest. I've been to anime conventions. Probably about the same. So there's that. There's a Ren Fair in Pittsburgh. That's like the last place I would expect a Ren Fair, and I don't know why. Yes, I'm familiar with Mexican Coke. That is a good one. Yeah, if I have a Coke, I would prefer that, but I don't... Once in a while, I'll have a standard can of soda, a can of Coke. Coke is superior to Pepsi, I can tell you that. Well, the soundtrack to this game is like A+ Masterclass S tier. I can tell you that. Get back here. Yeah, that's the thing about Ren Fairs. I heard it's very roleplay heavy. Like people talking in fake British accents and talking from that from that time period. I can't play pretend like that as an adult. I can't disassociate myself from being a normal real person in the real world. I just can't. I cosplayed for a time at conventions. I wouldn't like roleplay. I would like pose for pictures like something from the manga or the anime. But like I wouldn't act like them. Atrabel called gaming. He's super cool and his chat's also cool, but he lives on the West Coast. You live in Miami. When he streams, it's late. Yeah, that's it. That can be shitty. I heard people said that Ren fairs got gross, though. It's a lot of, like, questionable looking women wearing corsets and bad hygiene, and it's just gotten gross. Oh, your name's S. Vanis. I'm just gonna call you S. S. Just download Horizon. It's free to play. Don't play retail. If you want like a simpler time in Final Fantasy XI, just download this. Yeah, like if I want that shit, I'll just go to medieval times. I don't want to deal with the whole thing. There's nothing I'll see at a Ren fair that's like, wow, amazing. Like, again, I'm just desensitized from so many anime conventions. Wait, what's my sub job? Why am I sub job white mage? That's bad. I like movies. I haven't watched a movie in a long time, so I don't have time for it. Like, when I'm in my free time, I sit around and do stuff for my channel. I stream, I make a channel video. I don't watch movies. There's nothing not conducive to my time. Yeah, I forgot to change the white. That's annoying. I'm like, why do I have MP? I can cast Cure on myself. There was one time, S, where I joined an XP party in the jungle on my summoner, on my main character. I switched my sub jobs around so I could use what was my main job. I basically had to use Black Mage to warp somewhere. So I changed the job combination. I just picked Samurai as the sub job to get Black Mage back to so I could use it as a main job. But then I changed my sub job only to Summoner for the party. So I get to the XP party, I'm like, why is my MP so bad? Why are all my spells missing? And I see my job is Summoner Samurai. And I'm like, that is like 17 kinds of useless. And I'm laughing at myself. And I was on stream when this happened. So I started running over into the party where everybody was combating. And I would just cast Warding Circle, that useless Samurai ability. I was like, I'm just going to be a clown and see until they notice. And somebody's like, wait, what the fuck? Why? Who's casting Warding Circle? I'm like, that's me. I forgot to change my sub job. That Demon Slayer, and is that the K-pop thing? Bob, you're a Florida man? I didn't know that. I learn something new about you every day. Stationed in Oklahoma, you're a skank, and you're from Florida. Oh no, I'm doing garbage damage. Have a great night, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate it. I'm sorry I mislabeled Okinawa as Oklahoma. I gotta make the text bigger on this monitor. Miami's expensive. I've never been to Miami. I was actually born in Florida myself, so northern Florida, though. People do play FF11 still, yes, very much so. Is Miami a cool town? Like, the only thing I want in Miami is I want a good Cuban sandwich. Because the Cuban population is a thing down there. Hashtag F Oklahoma. I don't blame you. Oklahoma probably sucks. There's nothing out there. When Bob was stationed in Oklahoma. Maybe Bob was in that stage play, Oklahoma. Maybe that's what he was trying to say. Yeah, you're right, S. There's that in Final Fantasy XI. There's one of the servers got why am I tripping like this like an idiot? It hit max capacity. They had to shut it off, like shut off people. I think what's happening is it's the server that starts with an A, the list of servers. There's people who just pick the first one that's there, and everyone started playing 11. Mostly, maybe it's because of 14's issues. I don't know, but 14 did those raid events where it's Final Fantasy 14, but they interact with the Final Fantasy 11 world and enemies, and that got a lot of people curious. Let's see, where am I? Okay, turn around. Yeah, Azura server, that's what it was. Well, there was actually a conversation in gaming news recently. They thought about pretty recently turning off Final Fantasy 11 and shutting it down. But like, it left them questioning, like, what do we do with all the character models and all this data? Like, why would we do that? Like, my question is, why leave that money on the table? People are still willing to give you $15 a month for this game. Like, take that money. I love a good strong coffee. I'm a big coffee fan. That too I want to try. Yeah, I want to check out Miami. I was joking. My uncle lives in northern Florida, and I was joking with him. I'm like, Florida has the most ice hockey NHL championships in the past like 20 years than Canada. Like Canada hasn't, where like hockey started, hasn't won a championship in like 20 years. Florida has 4. The hottest state in the country where hockey shouldn't exist is beating out the founding country that's freezing cold that it came out of. And my uncle was like, the only ice we have in Miami is ice in your drinks. That's it. Oh, wait, don't I have a shield? What level am I? Oh boy, I can wear that. That's a little more defense. I'll wear this hat. Wear that shield. That's an awesome job, man. Good for you. Played Summoner in 14 off and off, but couldn't fully embrace it. F11 nostalgia in my mind. Now it's Warcraft for me the last couple years. I even had the special reduced monthly sub bonus for the rest of the forever because I played the first version before the mods made it Realm Reborn. Wow, good for you. Yeah, I saw gameplay of Final Fantasy 14 on YouTube, and it just doesn't look like a Final Fantasy game to me. Like, it doesn't look appealing. Like, you can ride around on a unicorn. That is not Final Fantasy. There's a really interesting YouTube video about the making of Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn. It's interviewing the devs, like taking them through the whole history and trajectory of it. And if you're like, you know, nerdy and like the real world, like, you know, big boy pants, responsible adult, like, project management, like real life skills. That video, like, even though it's about a video game, it's actually pretty cool what they did and innovative. And if you're into a business major, that video is a good example of project management. Like, it's a really what they did to revamp and fix Final Fantasy XIV. And then winter isn't sufficient to play hockey on. They play ice hockey in artificial indoor rinks. Oh yeah, no, I know that, Kitty Thief. It's the same. They play inside. But I think the NHL started in pond hockey in Canada. So it's just funny that the place where hockey started is losing out to the most unlikely place on the planet. That's like Saudi Arabia winning a global hockey championship. You just wouldn't expect it. If they do win that, it would probably be because they would pay athletes from all over the world to represent Saudi Arabia. I bet down in South Florida especially. Yeah, Jaggedy or Jack is still a thing in Horizon. That item is probably 1 million or 2 gil or more. Get paid more from American teams? Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of luck with NMs either. I got Leaping Lizzie on retail. I did that a long time ago. But that was after they got rid of the leaping boots and Lizzie started to drop the bounding boots. I got those. I feel like I did Valkyrie Emperor too, but I don't recall. I tried Jack a few times. I never saw him. Funniest interaction I've ever had online, Redland. I don't know. Like playing online games. Called out a guy on Twitter. This is an online interaction. There's a guy on in the Magic the Gathering space. He you probably see him in the if you're into Magic. There's the Magic the Gathering arena ads on YouTube. The guy with the face tattoo and the beard and the beanie on. So he's a Magic ambassador. He's basically sponsored by WotC, and he reposts OnlyFans models on Twitter. And that OnlyFans model he reposts is his girlfriend. So he's basically like, hey, come pay money to fap to my girlfriend. And I found out one day on Twitter that he blocked me because I was going to respond to his post because he gets preview cards of cards coming in a new set. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's never going to talk to me. Why'd he block me? And that's when I was like, I reposted that I was blocked. And I was like, well, this guy's a clown. He reposts OnlyFans models anyway. That's his girlfriend. And it turned into this whole thing. People were like, oh, you're an incel. Shut up. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, listen, sex work is real work, but you shouldn't be pushing porn in a kid's card game. Yeah, the spook can be pretty easy to, like, the drop rate is garbage, but the spook spawns like 2 or 3 times a night. So that's probably my funniest interaction. I thought it was funny. Nothing really sticks out. I mean, Soccer is doing that with the Saudi, yeah. They're playing over there now because lucrative, yeah. Final Fantasy is still Final Fantasy, even if it's different between each game. Still Final. No, I don't think it's a bad thing if you ride on a unicorn. I just never. I never heard of a Final Fantasy game where there were unicorns. I was like never established. Lightning Returns was garbage. I only played Final Fantasy 7, 9, and 11. I played like a few minutes of 8, and I quit really early on because I didn't like the leveling up system. I played 10 up to the point where you get this, they teach you the sphere grid. That sphere grid was too complicated for my 8th grader brain. So I gave up on that. Final Fantasy 7 is overrated, I do agree. It's a great game. It like set a standard and it's iconic. But I think people don't look past, like, they have rose-colored glasses on because they had so much fun when they were a kid. Legend of Dragoon, man, play it. Yeah, a lot of games got buried back in the day by the Titans, like Final Fantasy series. Hey, Wasp Sting, how about it? Actually, no, I played Final Fantasy 1, the very first one on NES. I got to the point where you get the ship, they blew up that chunk of the continent, so you go to the other side of the map. I played that, up to that point. Okay. This is Final Fantasy 11 there, Billy James. Yeah, I had a thing going on my channel where I was playing Xenogears. That's a PS1 JRPG. And it's fun, I enjoyed it. It's got a very deep story with, like, Christian elements in it. That's not why I enjoy it, but, like, it's got a very deep story. The characters are cool, likable. The cutscenes are anime. They're not, like, computer, like, you know, video game graphics. Bang. Let's see. Final Fantasy, and has Final Fantasy got a lot of these things coming out of the ground? Yes. Ooh, can I steal? Can I steal a carrot? Get the carrot. Ah, my steal failed. The thing about Xenogears is the overworld battles drive me fucking crazy. Like, that is a... There's some stuff about old games where everyone's like, oh, it's a classic, it's good, you just gotta deal with it. And it's like, just because it's old doesn't mean it's good. That's my issue with it. It's... Like, Xenogears, I'm at the point where... I was playing it on stream for a little while. And I got to the point where you fall into that underground cave with that desert pirate person. And... because of those mushy, blurry PS1 graphics, I can't tell what the entrance and exit is. And it's constant overworld battles. It just gets exhausting. Your Final Fantasy involves hot wax. Game's potential to be more. I would say this game has a lot of potential to be more. There's really not a lot of interaction stuff you can do here. Like, I always say about Final Fantasy XI, if this game wasn't called Final Fantasy, it was just Fantasy World beat 'em up, hack and slash, and didn't have the Final Fantasy like Chocobo, Cactar, and whatnot in it, this game would be forgotten. Because it's really not great in a lot of ways. It's really grindy. It doesn't hold up against games like Skyrim and Oblivion that aren't even MMOs. Nothing more getting one shot by a worm doing stone 3 on island with that tall tower. No, I didn't know that. See, that's what made Final Fantasy XI so shitty. There's like places you gotta go. Nobody tells you. You have no map. There's monsters that are aggressive to you. Will just attack you on sight, and you don't know that. No, it's Cufum Island. You played it when it was new, Final Fantasy XI or Xenogears. Chocobo would be a terrible pet. Imagine feeding that thing. It just eats lettuce. It's not that bad. Basically lettuce. So what was your question there, Redland? Game the potential to be more. So I would say this game. There was a game I played on PS2 called Zone of the Enders. It's based on the anime. You control like this really cool looking robot and zip around, and I feel like the levels could have been more. Actually, no, I lied. There's another Final Fantasy game. It's a spin-off game. Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. Vincent Valentine standalone game. That was really good. I like that. That game could have been more, though. It was a little flat. It was just like you're kind of on a rail, run through town, shoot, 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 and progress. There was the Armored Core games on PS2. Armored Core 2, Another Age. Yeah, Armored 2 Core, Another Age is really good. Armored Core 3 was just like, it's a cool concept. Customize your own robot. But like, I would just get destroyed in all the battles just trying to progress through the game. Because I feel like the computer would move in these really ways that weren't possible for a human. And I would just get blown up. It's a really cool concept, but I just couldn't enjoy it. Yeah, Redland, thanks for coming around. Appreciate it. I'll put a link in the chat. I have a Discord if anybody wants to join. I always forget how to invite people. Invite people. Copy. Nishi, you still out there, my friend? How you doing? I don't want to forget about you. There's my Discord, Redland. If you want to come on by, and anybody else, you're welcome to join. Chat it up. I do not have a rules page because nobody reads it. So just don't be a jerk, and you'll be fine. I think anybody here will be alright if they want to join. You're kind of around. It's alright. I just don't want to forget about you. Don't be rusty. Yeah, don't blindly accuse Mexican people of ruining public bathrooms, and then when we say, hey, that's not a nice thing to say, doubling down and be like, no, okay, I'm sorry, but it was the fucking Mexicans. And when you have no proof of that. Ha, don't oil your joints. His username handle was like Rusty. That's why. Yeah, just don't just make broad assertions and assumptions. You'll be fine. If you're just tuning in, I've been battling a chest congestion for like 2 weeks now. Always be at the top of your game. Yes. Ugh. Yeah. Seriously, does anybody read, like when you join a Discord server and they have a rules page, you gotta read and check the box before you continue? Nobody reads it. They scroll to the bottom, click the thing, or push the button emoji you're supposed to press, and proceed. Nobody reads it. Bang. Let's see, where's my XP ring? Can I use it again? Well, this one I can't use for another 14 hours. My daughter's crying. Hey, Rusty, what's happening? I actually encourage politics in mine. I have a news, politics, and general section because I like history and current events and stuff, so I don't mind it. I encourage people to talk about these things. It's important for people to talk about those things because it affects your life. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Yeah, people get really invested in the things they believe in. That's true. The main thing is, as long as they don't get personal and nasty to people about it. So, Rusty, let's not disparage anybody who's a vegan. It's okay to be a vegan. You know, it's not a crisis. Vegan crazies. Like, come on, man. Oh my god. Holy shit. That is true, Kitten Thief. Did you see that, there's that Liver King workout influencer who claimed he got to the size he's at by only eating like liver and protein and like really healthy stuff. It turns out he's on steroids. It's evident he's on steroids. But there's like a lot of young and mostly young and impressionable men that are into fitness that want to look like him and believed him. But he was just on the juice. All right. Vegan pizza is actually pretty good. Some vegan food is really good. I use a lot of vegan, like, most of the 99.9% of the time I don't drink whole milk. I drink cashew, soy, almond. Flaxseed milk sucks. Most of the alternatives are pretty good. I think flaxseed sucked. But, like, that's my jam. Oh, vegan desserts are really fucking good. Yeah, they could be really good. The customer shopping cart filled entirely with meat. The lady gets terrified, doesn't even pay for the pizza, and runs away in fear. I don't know if they ran away in fear. I kind of dispute that, but you were there. I'll take your word for it. Wait, did they steal the pizza? They got so afraid of meat that they ran away? Did they just pull a Kevin McAllister? Somebody scary pulls up next to them so they run away with the merchandise? They do the Home Alone, slap their hands on their cheeks and run away? Ah, no carrot for me. White Castle is very mid. I ate White Castle Tonka truck. I was thinking about it the other day. How you doing, dude? How's the professional life shaping up? Did you ever move beyond texting with that young lady? Gotta give me the details. You can talk on the Discord too if you want, but please. Sounds like a robbery tactic. She stole the pizza. There's a lot of people out there now where like they do something really irrational or illegal and then just be like, oh, but I felt unsafe. And it's like, no, you still can't just do that. Well, listen, Tonga Truck, like I told you, the hard stuff is now. The hard time is now. Buckle down, hunker down. Get the school, boring, annoying test work out of the way. Because once all that's done, you just have the job. All you got to worry about is going to work and doing your job, getting paid, making money. Then you can have fun. Got a good thing going tonight. Chat is rocking. Like Sunday night's a better night to stream. Like I've had better Sundays than Fridays and Saturdays. Keeping an ear out for my daughter. She's coughing a lot. Yeah, I'm only 12. A long way to go. I don't know if he's actually 12, but I don't want anybody... Don't disclose your age, people. It's okay. Me neither there, Ev. S. Ugh. Nah, I was the same way, Rusty. I didn't have a cell phone until like my own dedicated cell phone until senior year of high school. Even then, I was like, well, now what? Me and my brother had we shared a cell phone my mom wanted us to have. It was like one of those like single like long gray things. It was like a big piece of rubber almost. Like the analog green screen with black text. Me and my brother would share it, but I always carried it around. Remember that, my first flip phone. Yeah. Just barely coming out. Wow. We were better off without them. Everybody's got brain rot now. You go out in public, everybody's sitting there on their phone. Like, whenever I was on the subway when I was in grad school in the city, I would always try to, like, read a book or something or just not be on my phone. Yeah, stole a carrot. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Kitten Thief. Feel free to talk about it here. No, it is pathetic, though. Everybody's just hunkered down in their own little world on their phone. And, like, not good. That's what's scary about nowadays. Like, did things really get better is the question. Because now, I'm going to get deep here. With smartphones now, like back in the day, like if you wanted to be like a degenerate, like, and these aren't great things, so I'm calling it degenerate. If you wanted to like go out and solicit a person of the night, solicit someone for pleasure, gamble, or drink, you had to leave your house to do those three things. Now you can do it all from your phone. You don't have to leave. And people just remain locked in their house. They gamble from their phone, they order booze from their phone, and drugs from their phone. I guess there's 4. And 4, you can solicit somebody for pleasure. Either virtual pleasure or to come to your house. Like, you don't have, there's no human element anymore. I don't know about that, Rusty. Let's not use those types. I mean, that's pretty hefty. I can't believe dating websites still exist. I mean, why isn't everybody just on Facebook? Yeah, if you go out on a date now, like everybody's going to be on, like, if they're not interested, they're going to sit there on their phone the whole time. So yeah, you can do all these things from your phone and your house now. Any food you want, get it delivered. You want to gamble, go on DraftKings. There's online casinos now. Anything. Well, good for you there, Kitten Thief. I remember I had a date like that. A friend of mine tried to set me up with this girl. And that girl was a good-looking girl. She could sing, multilingual. But, like, her and her friend were not... They were on, like, the smartphones, like, 2.5, like, 1.5. It was those Nokia two-way text things. They were on, like, one of those. And, like, they fucking wouldn't put it down. I was like, she's good-looking, and, like, I just can't get a fucking read on her because she doesn't seem interested. We were from like different worlds and it just wouldn't have worked, but it was just, I'm just glad I tried it. Dude, stop talking about types. Don't if you mention types again, I'm gonna mute you. Stop with the types. Dating is what you make of it. I mean, it's not ideal situation, but all right. Oh yeah, critical hit. No macros, I'm just menuing everything. Like, no dating right now does, like, it's... The fact that people aren't dating and interacting is bad for society, but people not having kids is also not a bad thing. I feel like we're overpopulated. No, that is true there, Kitten Thief. Like, Bill Maher talks about that on his show. He's like, get rid of the stigma of dating someone at work, because people are at work Monday to Friday, usually. And if that's the only place they're meeting someone, they find someone they like, just let it be. Okay, I'll say kids. I'm gonna emphasize the S. Kids. More than one is overrated. One kid, one and done, that's it. I'm not doing that again. Well, nothing wrong with that, Rusty. You got to look at those situations and say, well, you got to say that's their, you got to turn it into a positive. Say that girl, that's their loss, you know? It's, I want dating to go around and around in a circle of endless drama for a month. If I had a kid, no way they are living with me that long. Yeah, you definitely want somebody with stability. I remember, like, you know, before my wife, like, girlfriends I had when I was a teenager, early 20s, like, you don't want to be with someone even then. That, like, that relationship was formative for me. Because I didn't want to be with someone. She stopped going to college. She let herself go. She didn't have a job. And it's like, I don't want to deal with this. How well off I am right now. I will say Rusty's thing is a bit of hyperbole. It's not that bad. People don't want dating to go around their circle of endless drama. People aren't vague. People just aren't direct. And I will say, you know, women want guys to make the first move and be direct and say, do you want to go out and get something to eat, get coffee, blah, blah, blah. No, that's okay, Kitten Thief, to have that standard. I'm gonna hide the Bob is a white trash skank. This is one of my mods. He called himself a white trash skank. I took a screenshot of it. There's nothing wrong with that, Kitten Thief. I grew up around dysfunction at my house, and I knew what I didn't want in a relationship, and that's okay. I remember, like, those high school girlfriends. You go to your girlfriend's house, and the parents are, he's got to leave by 7 o'clock. You know, you don't want that shit. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Kitten Thief. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure you were able to get something positive out of it. I can't talk. I'm getting tired. What up, Megs? Megs, what's going on with the D&D world? Apparently, the D&D expansion, there's a character in a wheelchair, and everybody's mad about it. I'm not laughing at people in wheelchairs, but like, that doesn't belong in fantasy. Even in Magic, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, imagine watching Lord of the Rings and Gimli was in a wheelchair. Well, that's what counts, Kitten Thief, making the best of the situation. Moved back to your childhood home recently because I just got out of a 10-year relationship. Since my sister and I don't want my parents to go into homes, I'm not their caregiver, sort of. Well, it's noble of you to take care of your parents if you're stepping into that void. Yeah, because all they're going to hear is you live in your childhood home now, and they're going to be like, oh. Honestly, is that outside of social media, they seem to be a gender inversum. Yeah, it's not a crime to want stability. Like, there are some people, I'm sure, who are like, oh, you didn't go to this school, and you don't make this amount of money, and this and that. Lonely Hearts Club up in her. You know, but no, having left home to be independent in the first place. Yeah, you tried there, S. You had, you're in a situation, I'm sure, where maybe you guys were in the same lease, you broke up, so you had no choice, you gotta leave, or sold the house, or whatever. No, what's real bad are the people that take their parents on job interviews. That's really bad. People do what? Sell their house? Oh yeah, no, take their parents to job interviews. Yeah, there's people doing that. Like, I don't know where their head is. They think that's okay. There's a generation of people now that think that Earth sent an astronaut to send somebody to walk on the sun. Jeez. What field are you in, S? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't want to disclose, that's cool. I'm just curious. Parents coming to their interviews. You're a sunwalker? What of it? It's an immediate no. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. I hear my daughter crying a lot. Hey, Zazak, what's happening? Upper manager, big grocery chain. Okay. That's legit. Everyone, I'm at 9 likes. If you can please hit the like button, let's get 10 likes. That would be awesome. I don't know what you're talking about, Rusty. The joke is where Bill Maher was talking about a internet bit of some guy went out on the street with a microphone asking like teenagers, early 20s people like different random questions. Like, what year was America founded? Who was like, and he would ask them like fake questions, like who was the first person to walk on the sun? There's something I was listening to recently where somebody thought America was founded in the 1950s. Like, who was the first person who walked on the sun? The answer is nobody. Walking on the Sun? That is a song, right? We did good. So I almost have all the base jobs to 10. Red Mage is 1, Thief is 7. Smash Mouth. Doesn't like Smash Mouth. Hey now, you're an all-star. Da, 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 da. What are we talking about before we talking about whatever Rusty brought up? That's the joke, Kitten Thief. Nobody can walk on the sun, and there's a generation that thinks that they can. I think some of it was like stage fright. Like they didn't want to be caught off guard that they don't know something. They probably in their mind know that that's not possible or nobody's ever done that because it's physically you can't. All-Star was actually the peak of Western civilization. So not Leonardo da Vinci, NASA, the atomic bomb, the invention of television. Rusty, I think you overestimate the importance of music you like. The All-Star song, man. The iPhone. I agree with Nishi. Smartphones. That's not true, Rusty. The like movies that came out in the past few years, like Oppenheimer was a, you know, masterpiece, multiple Academy Awards. Oppenheimer wasn't the movie I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was like semi a war movie. It was kind of not. I don't think it was like I didn't see the great masterful stuff that the people at the Academy see when I watched it. The heroes had a bowling ball with their dad's head in it. That's just weird. I remember that Barbie, they called it Barbie and Oppenheimer were in theaters at the same time, and they called it Barbieheimer, which I thought was really interesting. And there's a podcast I follow, they talked about, they kind of like juxtaposed, she did like a monologue comparing and contrasting Barbie and Oppenheimer side by side and how they kind of relate. Because the US, the strength of the atomic bomb allowed the US to kind of semi-colonial get control of resources, which is oil, and oil helps make plastic. You need plastic to make Barbies, and how both the atomic bombs and Barbies are both part of like a parallel connection of culture at the time in the 50s, or 40s, 50s, when Barbie became a thing, and the atomic bomb. Like like a peak Americana, all the baby boomers when they were kids had Barbies. I've heard good things about the Barbie movie. It's actually like a pretty interesting movie, from what I've heard. What's the FNAT MC, movie MC? What are you talking about there, Nishi? I'm not sure. Deadpool and Wolverine I would check out. I've heard good things about the 50s. Oh, the Minecraft movie? The Blade movie, people don't talk about it, but that was like the secret, like, sort of beta test of the late 90s, early 2000s good Marvel movies, because it was like Blade and then Spider-Man 1. And Spider-Man 1 like set the standard. And then they all came out after that. A good babysitter. Yeah, Blade 3 was not good. Blade 2 was... I think Blade 2 was better than the first one. No, it wasn't the first Marvel movie. There was a really shitty Captain America movie back in the 90s. I think even a Spider-Man movie. Was there only one Spawn movie? Alright, back to town. Todd McFarlane, who wrote Spawn, is a fucking weirdo anyway. Well, the cool thing about Blade was Wesley Snipes. He did martial arts and practiced for that movie. Like, a lot of that was his own stuff. Like, he did the work. I've been an asshole lately and shorting the market. So stacks of these crystals sell for like 1,000. I'll put them up for 900. And I'll do like several stacks of it. I'm committing economic warfare. So on this character there, S, I have 27k. Most of it is from selling stacks of earth crystals. Last week they were worth like 1,500 a pop. And they stack up extremely quickly. I love Jackie Chan, but people don't like him as a person because he is kind of a shitty father and not a great guy on that front. But he's actually a good dude. He can actually sing too. Because in China, actors are actually like multi-talented. They sing, they act, they have a whole thing. Oh, I love Rush Hour. Rush Hour was like my gateway to like... I've always loved Chinese culture. Rush Hour like really brought that home for me. That kind of comedy, like Rush Hour came out in 99. That was like the end of an era. Because it started to be like... Post like 2003, they didn't make comedies like that anymore. And Rush Hour had a lot of like edgy, like basically like racist humor, and it was fine back then. Not everybody was upset. Everyone laughed at it. Everybody. Yes, Jackie Chan is a father. He's not a good father, but he is a father. There's a Jackie Chan version of I call it the Jackie Chan Nintendo. Jackie Chan endorsed a gaming console that came out in China or Hong Kong back in the day. Let's see if I can find it. I did not see Big Trouble in Little China, but I've heard of it. Yeah, the Chinese gaming console with Jackie Chan. Seal of approval. Like, I gotta find one of these when I go to China. Oh, where is it? can't find the... Here it is. Okay. Take him to Detroit? No, take him to Camden. Camden, New Jersey. China's not that bad. I've been 3 separate occasions. I have family from there, and it's fine. What do you got, Nishi?
And as for my American friend, the CIA thinks it can infiltrate the mountain of Dr. Crud. You can't scare me, you slant-eyed yellow bastard.
Oh, no way. No fucking way. You can't scare me, you... I'm not repeating that. That is like... That guy went right for the throat. Oh, man. You can't scare me, oh, man. Like, that guy went right for the balls. Like, verbally. Oh, no.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that!
Take it to Detroit. Kentucky Fried Movie. I never heard of that. I remember there was a South Park episode where Satan's boyfriend was from Detroit and they killed him, and even though he was already dead. And he came back and he's like, where was I gonna go? Detroit? I always remembered that. No, none of China's like that. There's no... They don't allow shanty towns. And I won't say none of China, but like... They won't allow a place to be all runny and... run down and shitty over there. They don't allow that. Like, there's no shanty towns in the city, like run-down ghettos. They keep their shit down pat. All those... It sounds shitty to say, but all the poor, impoverished, they're all pushed out to the countryside. You can't just move in China wherever you want. You get registered, you get a registration card, you get registered to the area you're in. It's called the Hukuo system. So like people from like poor villages, they can't just put their kid in a school in Shanghai because they don't have the local Hukuo. The cat that hates Ohio, I have not. But I will check that out. Cat that hates Ohio. Famous super city is like a maze. Maybe Beijing, I don't know. I've never been to the major cities. I spent a day in Shanghai. It's just a cleaner, sexier version of New York. That's really... How's my social credit score, Megs? Well, probably okay. I hope. Social credit score, though, is like... It's kind of made up, like... a scare tactic to, like, demonize China. Merv the cat. These are pretty funny. I can't click on them because I don't have Instagram, but these are funny. Alright, I'm going to have this cough drop and go to bed. Alright. This was super fun. Got a good crowd in here tonight. Weird, the chat's not working. Okay. Colin, yep. Knowing that my dad is from the countryside means no household registration for city schooling. Take him to Detroit. What is it, Merv the cat? Let's see. Merv the cat loves her boyfriend Charles. Let's see. Merv reacts to chores.
Fold your underpants for me.
You fold the underpants? Really?
Merv, you just literally pick it up and fold it and put it away. Merv, that's sarcastic.
Wow.
No, it's
That's an expressive
Look
cat.
at Mama's perfect pile. Merv, it's
Wow.
Pat this on your wispy. No, don't say that. Merv, don't look at me. I didn't say that.
That's funny. That's a cat. Wow. This is Final Fantasy XI, Cody R. Yeah, Kowloon Walled City, yeah. Well, thanks for that, Kitten Thief. That was entertaining. Certainly hope to see some of you in the Discord. I'll put the link in the chat again. Invite people. Copy link. Let's see. Can I get a high wind by any chance? No, probably not. I gotta go to bed. Gotta take a leak again. Look at this high wind time. The next one's in a day. The other one after that is 34 minutes. 50 minutes ago and in 3 hours. This isn't very exciting there, Cody. I'm just standing there. But you can watch some of my backlog of content where I play this regularly. Probably play it too much, but... Look at that. S, you talked about the price of Earth crystals. I have 3K sitting in my inbox from that. This character I am going to do leather craft. Let's see if I can do some crafting. Storage. Smog safe. Let's do the grass thread. Wabbit hide. Let's see. Let's do it. Have a good night, Kitten Thief. Thanks for coming around. Feel free to join the Discord. Be great to see you again. Stop by anytime. You're always welcome. I wish you well. Chatty catty. No, you're not. It's okay, S. Crafting in Final Fantasy XI sucks. It is an objectively bad experience. It's just completely random. There's no controlling your destiny. It's not intuitive. Like, even the NPCs in the game make fun of it. They're like, oh, I'm a blacksmith. I'm the old-fashioned kind, not one of those crystal synthesis people. They did this because it's the easiest method they had to do this graphically back in 2002. Yeah, and there's like, if crafting guides didn't exist, there's nothing in the game to tell you what to be able to make. And that happens repeatedly. Like, this scent at this level is garbage. You need 5 rabbit hides and 1 grass thread to make the skill up item. The fishing in Final Fantasy XI is the worst. That is absolute dog shit. Alright, everyone. Well, I'm going to leave it here. I got to hit the bathroom and I got to go to bed. Oh, yeah, the NPCs do give you recipes, but, like, the recipes I've seen them give, it's always recipes that you need the key item, like the Eldritch Hairpin, or you need a subcraft, like, in your subcrafts has to be, like, level 35, but it's a main craft, like, level 5. Like, that's my issue. Anyway, alright, everyone, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to call it a night. Feel free to subscribe, hit the like button on the way out if you can. Discord link I just put here, so please feel free to come back and hang around, and a great time tonight. This is really cool. 173 views, 10 likes, did great. Really love engaging with the people like this. Good time. I was playing my Switch the past couple nights on stream, and I just missed this game. This is such a chill, just hang out game for me. Alright, everyone, again, I'll leave it there. I wish you all a happy Monday, if there is such a thing. Do well in school, work hard, study hard. Don't get down on yourself for the dating life. Antisocial people. People that run away from shopping carts full of meat. You guys know how it is. So, Nishi. S. Vanis, please come around again, dude. It was great talking to you. Cody R, Bob, Nishi, Rusty, Megs, as always, Megs, thanks so much for being here, man. Alright, everyone. I gotta leave it here. Have a great night. Thank you for making this awesome. Thanks for sharing the Merv the cat. That was funny. And that really racist old send him to Detroit video. So that was even funnier. Not because it's racism, but I just didn't expect it. You guys know how I am. Anyway, have a great night. Thanks, everyone.